Well, yeah, I appreciate that. I do want to congratulate Cleveland, the Indians, and Tito. It's a difficult moment, I know, for them, but they are outstanding. I think on the surface, looking at it from my perspective, really evenly matched teams that play the game the same way. A lot of passion about it, a lot of respect for the game itself. And I know Tito, and I know he's always been that guy. So the entire organization, not just him, but obviously the ownership and front office, the players. I know some of the players on that team. It could not have been a more entertaining, difficult series to win. And I think beyond all that, I want to believe, and I do believe this is good for our game moving forward, that if we're attempting to seize young fans and not just to play the game, but to be fans of the game, you cannot be more entertained than you were over these last 7 games. It's incredible. Of course, I would say that because we won, or I'm not saying that just because we won, because it's just true. Next point I'll move on is just I want to congratulate the people of Chicago, our fans, our ownership, Theo and Jed, the team, the players. I mean, listen, I am late to the party. I came here while all the heavy lifting had been done. I feel very fortunate to be given this assignment. It's the best. It absolutely is the best. The combination of everybody I just mentioned, plus the ballpark itself, Wrigley Field, is without question the best venue in all of sports. So that's it. And of course, my beautiful wife Jay sitting right here, who I cannot talk into coming on the stage, and you guys are missing out.
All right, and we have a question right here along the center aisle.
Joe, why was Ben the right choice for MVP?
I mean, who sets a better example of how to work in at bat, and who sets a better example of just being a professional than he does? I mean, I've been around him for a long period of time with the Rays, Devil Rays, the Rays, and then eventually here. Here's a guy that he's in his mid-30s, and his work ethic is incredible to watch. What he does after games, not before games, after games, to be ready for the next day, and his dedication. He's a different cat. I mean, everybody would like to have one of those on their team. We're just very fortunate to have him. But he just probably exemplifies exactly how we want to play the game.
And in the back, center left.
Brownie.
Joe, I got a feeling, in fact, I know that people tried to make this season about the 107 previous teams that came along. I got a sense over the last few weeks that this was about this team, these 25. I wonder if you could sort of explain to me how you sort of narrow that focus to you 25 guys, not 107 years worth of teams.
Well, I think a lot of the burden I mean, I haven't been here. Again, I've been an American leaguer. I never was in Chicago, Wrigley, until a couple years ago. But there's been a lot of burden placed, and I think, quite frankly, it's misplaced. The fact that it's today. It's now. It's present tense. And I totally respect what's happened in the past, and I totally respect our fan base. But if you just want to carry the burden with you all the time, tonight would never happen. So for me, it was about, in spring training, trying to define this whole thing. And that's where the really running towards expectations and running towards pressure was really important, I thought, as opposed to running away from it. I think, my perception, and again, I might be wrong, that's what I think I've seen or heard about in the past, that everybody's waiting for the other shoe to drop, and you got to expect something good to happen as opposed to that. And I know, even tonight, I'm certain, people would be doubtful the way it all played out, but that's the game of baseball. There's professionals on both sides. Both teams are good, and there's going to be an ebb and flow to the game. There's nothing to do with curses, superstition. It has nothing to do with what's happening today. Nothing. And if you want to believe in that kind of stuff, it's going to hold you back for a long time. I love tradition. I think tradition is worth time mentally, and tradition is worth being upheld. But curses and superstitions are not. So it's really great for our entire Cubdom to get beyond that moment and continue to move forward, because now, based on the young players we have in this organization, we have an opportunity to be good for a long time, and without any constraints, without any of the negative dialogue. And you know me. I mean, we've known each other for a while. So that's the best way. The burden's been lifted. It should have never been there in the first place, I don't think. But now we can move forward.
And in the back right?
Yeah, Joe, I wonder, obviously by the 7th game, everybody's pitchers are kind of running on fumes.
Yeah.
I wonder if you had any, as you watched, obviously the problems that Chapman had, if you had any, occasions to sort of second guess yourself, as to Game 6 and
Well, here's
that
how
sort of thing.
it goes. I mean, Chappie, he's our guy in that moment. We've narrowed it down to 4 outs. I mean, if you want to really complete the thought process, their guys were really rested and we hit them. Whereas Chappie had just pitched yesterday, and I felt really confident because he felt great going into tonight. So the Cubs beat up on Miller tonight and got to their other guys because the Cubs are good. The Indians beat up on Chapman tonight because the Indians are good. So that's the part of this game, and I love it. I mean, I love it. I think barroom conversations are great. I used to hang out at Bellhops back in Hazleton, and we used to talk about stuff all night long. I think it's wonderful. But sometimes people forget that both sides are good. And we demonstrated that tonight versus them. They demonstrated that versus us. We ended up with an 8-7 win. But quite frankly, everything was going according to plan. The way it all worked out, I mean, they scored runs on a dribbler in front of the plate and a wild pitch scored 2 runs, which is like really unlikely. And I thought Johnny Lester was fantastic. And then Chappie, he felt really good about that. He felt good about going in. He was very distraught after we took him out, but I give him credit for hanging that next inning and doing what he did, and that permitted us to win. Don't overlook that.
And again, over in the right, the back.
Yes, sir.
Your thoughts on another good offensive performance, big hits all over the lineup, and all 3 catches, I think, drove in a run tonight.
Yeah, our catches were fantastic. The three-headed monster was talking about the trilogy in their bullpen. We have the trilogy behind the plate. They all contributed wonderfully, and they're all ready to play. Give Miggy a ton of credit, though. Miggy plays so infrequently, and he's had so many. He had the big hit against Blanton, against the Dodgers. He came up big again tonight. Always ready to perform. He deserves so much credit for what he did and how he handled the pitching staff through that final moment. So we're very fortunate to be able to choose among the 3. They all have their strong points. They all done really well with different pitchers, but you got to give Miggy a ton of credit tonight.
And we'll take one last one in the back, Tim.
Joe,
Brownie.
two subjects here. One, there's a bit of a buzz about Jason Hayward speech in a weight room during the rain delay. What you know about that, what you heard, what it was all about. 2, you're at the end of this crazy game.
Right.
And by then your closers are going to be a guy with 2 career saves and 0 career saves. How you felt standing on the top step watching 10th inning play out?
Well, I felt confident because they've both done a really good job. My only concern is that you saw CJ get the 2 quick outs, and then all of a sudden it got away a little bit. So you have to have somebody prepared in that moment. But I do know one thing, CJ is going to be better for that next year. I do know that. And I love Montgomery's curveball in that moment against a good right-handed hitter. So I loved all that. I felt good. But we had other alternative plans working through that. We had Stropey ready. Eventually, it was going to be Woody, then Stropey. Stropey after that, and then we're going to get back to the top of the order was going to be Grimm. So they're all laid out. We had everything laid out going into that last inning. The meeting, I walked off the field, the rain delay. It's crazy how, I don't know, things happen for a reason. I don't know. But I walk off, and I see them all gathering in that little room down below there. And they had a meeting. And I'm upstairs just checking out the weather map, and the boys, like I've told you, I hate meetings. I'm not a meetings guy. I love when players have meetings. I hate when I do. So they had their meeting, and a big part of it was we don't quit. We don't quit. But it also, and I want to bring this up because you might have seen me after the game. He gave me time to grab my dad's hat. My dad's been there for the 2002 win in Anaheim, and he was here tonight. He was I had him stuffed down the back of my pants and underneath my hoodie. The hat. Yeah, the hat. No, the ninth, after the rain delay. I didn't want to put too much pressure on him. So it's incredible how this all plays out sometimes. You have to believe in order to see things, and I do believe. But it was great to have my dad there for 2 World Series victories.